Do you ever wonder what it takes to live an authentic life that you're absolutely in love with? If so, stick around for this video because I'm gonna share my 5 tips on cultivating a life you love. I'm Brittney Carmichael, the founder of Shine School and the Shine from the Inside Oracle, where I teach women to learn to love themselves and to step out of fear and into their authentic self. And in this video, you're gonna learn my tips on learning to cultivate a life that you're in love with. Because here's the thing, we've been taught from childhood that we're supposed to grow up, go to college, get a job, get married, have babies, blah, 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 401k, right? Well, I decided not to take that path. And what it has led me down is the entrepreneurial journey of following my passions and turning my gifts and my natural talents and skills into a service or into a business. So if you're someone right now who's thinking like, I don't know if I can trust in this corporate job that I'm working on, or this ladder seems unstable that I'm climbing, then now is the opportunity for you to start asking yourself, how do I like to show up and serve? What natural skills and talents do I have that I can contribute and make a difference and make an impact and income? This is gonna be the first question you need to ask yourself in switching to corporate career to going into business for yourself. So what are your natural talents and skills that people are always asking you for? You probably don't even realize what you're good at because it comes so natural. So think about it. What are those things that all of your friends come and ask you for advice on? This is gonna give you an insider scoop to how you can show up and serve. So my first tip on learning to live a life that you love is you have to decide. The first step is deciding what kind of life you wanna live. We all have the same 24 hours as Beyonce, but it's what we do with it. It's what we decide to put our energy, our intention, and our actions into. So I always say when a woman decides, it is done. So we have to, when we talk about manifesting, we have to get clear on what it is that we really want. Clarity and definite purpose really helps to move the energy faster. So if you're wanting to create a life that you love, you first have to decide, what kind of life do I want to lead? And this very simple question helped me to figure out that I was already doing most of the things that were in my dream life, but I just didn't have the perspective or the gratitude to appreciate the fact that I was already doing those things in my life. Okay, I'm gonna give you a simple exercise here that's gonna help you break down your 24 hours to create the perfect life. Now imagine your 24 hours in a pie chart where there's 24 hours ticked off, and then you're gonna start to think about what are those things that if I had the perfect average normal day. This is something I teach in Shine School, so it's really, really, really helpful because you don't realize most likely you're probably doing a lot of those things. And if not, this exercise is gonna help you to figure out what are you not including in your daily routine that's missing to create that holistic wellness and that whole package of loving your life. So break down your 24 hours, and then for 6 to 8 hours or longer, however long you sleep, I want you to color that in, shade that in with the word sleep, right? And then for that first hour of the day, what is it that you wanna do? If you had the perfect day and you could do anything in your life, what would you do the first thing in that first hour? For me, I started breaking it down. I started writing out, well, I'd commit to my yoga practice, and I would journal and meditate in the morning, and I would drink my protein shake. And like, I started writing down all these things, and I started realizing, well, I really am doing a lot of those things already in my life. I just don't have the appreciation or the perspective to realize I'm doing something that I love to be doing. So then from there, you move on. You block off how many hours are you gonna work? When are you gonna eat lunch? When are you gonna have dinner? When are you gonna play? When are you gonna practice your hobbies? When are you gonna read a book? Like, think about all those things that you wanna do in your life, and then find a time to add it to your calendar. This is gonna help to lay it out so it's not just in your head and you're telling yourself the same story, I don't have enough time, or whatever the story you're telling yourself to stop you from committing to the action that you love. This is gonna break it down and make it simple for you to decide what is it that I wanna do with my time. And that leads us to the second tip on how to love your life. It's being authentic and staying true to your integrity. Now, this exercise, the 24-hour exercise, is gonna help you to figure out, well, what is my integrity, and am I taking action outside of it to people please others? This is really important for you to decide what kind of life you wanna live, then take the action necessary to align it with those those intentions. So this is really about staying true to your authenticity. If you don't like running, then stop going to a running club. You know what I mean? Like if your integrity, if your authentic self is like, you know what, I really don't enjoy lifting those weights, or I don't enjoy doing that, but I keep doing it because I feel like I should, or I don't want to disappoint that person, this is the time for you to decide what is out of alignment with the actions that you're taking in your regular daily life. Now, it can be a little painful because telling ourselves the truth can be hard sometimes when we have to take a look at our life and realize maybe I am to blame, maybe I'm supposed to take responsibility because I'm not committing to my yoga practice, or I'm not committing to showing up and spending an hour a night on my passion project so I can get out of that corporate ladder scheme and I can get back into control of my life. Now, this is going to take time. You don't just automatically know who the heck am I, who are you? I've actually designed an entire free video series to help you discover who you authentically are and to remove those limiting labels and those doubts from the past. It's designed to help you break free of the fear that stops you from being your most confident self, and it really helps you to answer that question, who am I? What is my purpose? Why did I come here? So if you're someone who is sick of people pleasing and you want to take off those masks and become your most confident, authentic self, then I highly recommend you dive into the free video series by going to brittneycarmichael.com/awaken. Okay, the third tip. It's a little heavy because once we have decided that this is the life I'm gonna live, and we figured out who am I, this is my authentic integrity, and I'm gonna show up with compassion and conviction for the things that I'm doing in my life. The third tip is be okay with disappointing others, because when you show up as your authentic self, especially if it's any different from the patterns of the past, you're gonna probably upset a lot of people, especially close friends or family members that are used to you showing up in a certain way. I know that a lot of people pleasers that have taken my course, Shine School, or gone through the Awaken series have discovered that a lot of the times their partners are like, who are you? Where did you come from? Because you've been suffocating your voice and not expressing how you really feel. And this is the tip that I share that is gonna be the biggest one that helps you to be okay with letting other people down, especially if you've been a people pleaser in the past. Now, you are not put in this world to live up to others' expectations, and neither are they. So it's important for you to know that you have the ability to decide and choose the life that you wanna live, as well as everyone else. So we have to give them the freedom to let them choose the life that they want and not try to dictate it or control it. It's only gonna cause you frustration. But you also have to be okay with when you stand your ground and you say, this is what is right for me, and I'm sorry if it doesn't align with you. You're gonna have to be okay with saying no, and hearing negative feedback from people that you've probably laid down as a doormat in the past, and they don't understand why you actually are growing a backbone, and they're gonna fight it and they're gonna resist it. So stay strong and be courageous, and don't be afraid of disappointing others. Now, the fourth tip is another secret that helps you to decide moment to moment, because you know, something that might be in our integrity today could change tomorrow. So we have to navigate the ever-changing world of our own personality and learning new things, because as we learn new things, our beliefs change and expand. So we have to give ourselves permission to be flexible and to grow. So this next tip is actually the philosophy that my Elevated Life membership club that I teach with my husband was founded on. It's called the 7 or above rule. And this helps you to decide on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being like, nope, not gonna happen, not interested, and 10 being like, absolutely amazing, there's no question, you're 100% in. This helps us to decide, is this in alignment with my integrity and my authenticity right now? So and this is how I got started. I'll share this example. So the 7 or above philosophy was born one Easter back in like 2009. Chris and I were getting ready to go to Easter, and I just wasn't feeling it. And I go to all of my family events. It's not that I don't enjoy that, but for some reason that day, I just did not feel like going. I wanted to stay in my jams, and I didn't want to leave the house. And I looked over at Chris and I said, man, I really just don't want to do this. And he's like, then why are we going? And I was like, well, my family wants us to go. Like, I've always gone. It's expected of us. And he just looked at me. He's like, well, what kind of life are we living if we're living for other people? Okay. Now, I'm not saying that we're not here to show up and serve, but we can only serve when we're 100% full and we're not giving from an empty cup. And in that moment, I needed my cup filled, and it wasn't by going out and dealing with family. So in that moment, Chris asked me, well, from a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want to go? And I said, like a 6. He goes, well, if it's not anything above a 7, then why would we do it at all? That was the biggest shift in our life, and that taught us that we actually are deciding and can choose the life that we want to live. Now, there's some things in life that are not a 7, but you have to do the laundry anyway. So it's about shifting your perspective and finding the gratitude and the joy in some of those mundane tasks that don't necessarily fall above a 7. So it's either about shifting our perspective to find the gratitude and the beauty in that moment, or asking ourselves, does this align, and am I stepping outside my authenticity and integrity because I'm trying to people please and I'm afraid of what other people will think of me. The 7 or above rule has literally changed our life and put the power back into our hands. So I wanted to share this tip with you. And if you need more of that kind of wisdom and those mindset shifts, we teach those radical transformation techniques inside the Elevated Life Membership Club, where you're gonna learn all of the mindset shifts, the tools and the resources that we use to elevate every area in our life, from success to spirituality. You have to shine a light on every category if you want to live a balanced, holistic lifestyle. And that's exactly what we teach inside the Elevated Life Membership Club. So if you need that accountability, the support, and the empowerment, then I highly recommend you come hang out with us inside the club. Which naturally leads me to the 5th and final tip on how to live a life that you love. It is all about surrounding yourself with greatness. You know, they say you are the makeup of the 5 closest people that you keep in your life. And so it's really important for you to take a look around and realize who you're spending your time with. Are they people that tune into the same belief system as you? Are they allowing you to expand or challenging your belief if they don't believe the same way? Most importantly, they don't have to be a replica of you to be a part of your posse, but they have to support you and bring positivity and push you outside your comfort zone in a way that helps you to expand and grow. So take a moment to think about those 5 people that you hang out with, and go ahead and tag them in the comments below, unless they're not a 7 or above. It might not be in your top 5 after this video, and that's okay, because just as our belief system change, so do the people that we hang out with. And you know, one of the reasons why we created the Elevated Life Membership Club was because we wanted to surround ourselves with other elevators and other like-minded people who are on a mission to shine light into the world and to raise the freaking frequency of this planet to more peace, harmony, and love. So if that sounds like you and you're needing that supportive community, then I highly recommend you come hang out with us inside the Elevated Life Membership Club, and be mindful of who you decide to make your top 5. If they're not making more money than you, if they're not happier than you, if they're not whatever you want in your life more than you, why are you spending your time with them? Because you're only gonna rise to the occasion and the level of the people that you hang out with. So if you're looking for more joy in your life, if you're looking for more abundance or structure or support or whatever it is that you need in your life, think about those people in your life that bring it and do a really good job of it, and then do your best to surround yourself with them. Now, I know we can't all go hang out with Oprah and Tony Robbins, but we can subscribe to their videos and watch them online and read their books and consume their content. So be thinking about people, maybe the top expert in the field that you're most interested in, or one that you're already working in, and be thinking about, how can I surround myself with the greatness of these leaders that are already shining a light and sharing their wisdom with the world? Go buy a book, go join the Elevated Life, call up a friend who has a little bit more experience in an area that you're interested in, and ask for help. It doesn't make you weak. That is one of the lessons I have inside of my Shine from the Inside Oracle, is ask for help. It does not make you weak. It just helps you to get to where you're going faster, because there's more people involved helping you along your way. So if you want to elevate faster, come join me and my husband Chris inside the Elevated Life Membership Club, and we will support you to living a life that you love. Now, I want to know, what takeaway were you inspired by in this video? Leave it in the comments below and let me know what you're going to implement in your life. Are you needing to be more clear and decisive about the kind of life that you want to live, or are you needing to tune up your actions and be more authentic in your integrity? Are you needing to be okay with saying no and letting other people down? Sometimes it's okay to disappoint people when you know you're staying true to your authentic integrity, because I don't know about you, anytime I've said yes to something that wasn't a 7 or above, they could feel it. Anytime I showed up to an event or connected for lunch or whatever the case may be, and I did it out of obligation and not out of integrity, the energy can be felt and it feels like a waste of time. So stop wasting your time and show up to the things that really bring you joy, and make sure that you're staying in alignment with your authentic integrity. Or are you needing to surround yourself with a community of people that help to motivate you and inspire you? Which tip are you taking away today? Leave it in the comments below. And if you know someone who would love this message, please tag them, share the video, subscribe, like, share the good vibes, whatever you gotta do to spread the light. I appreciate you for being here. And if you have any topics that you'd like me to cover, go ahead and leave a comment below, because I love answering the questions that you guys have for me. So thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you guys next week. Peace.